Hello.
Hi, and how are you doing this week?
I'm good. I am playing with cute little kitten paws right off right off screen. You can see a little on YouTube. But my tinier of my two kittens, Timmy, likes to sleep on my desk, which can be a hazard sometimes while I'm recording.
Yeah, I think we've had a couple of times. Maybe we were just talking, but I remember hearing the beep beep. The beep is the little paws for hitting your keyboard.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, buddy.
So we are continuing on with our mental health March topics,
Yes.
and this one I'm excited about because this is about like talking about how to create content when you don't want to make content.
Yes.
How to put things out there when you don't have any ideas and no energy and are just feeling like I really want, you can take the day off and not post anything, but if you're feeling like I just want to post something, but I don't have any ideas and I don't want to put a lot of energy into it and I just want it to be quick, simple, easy. That's
Yes.
what we're talking about today.
Yes. And it really, I tell you, duets are my favorite. I like stitches. I enjoy a good stitch, but I like watching stitches, I think, more than I enjoy doing them, just because of the fact, for me, duets have always just been my jam. I enjoy the reaction. I enjoy finding things to share with my audience. But most of all, I enjoy the ease in which it takes, because the other morning I was having one of these low energy days, and I found the cutest duet of a couple firemen that were rescuing a couple and their son from an elevator. And the little boy was so chilled out. It was just so cute. Like,
Oh,
you see, like, the moment, because they're inside, so they're filming it as the firemen are opening the door, and then you see the
yeah.
fireman like talking to the little boy, and he's just still just sitting there like, "Hey, okay," but and it just warms your heart, and people love it. And I
Yes.
also got an idea for a story out of it, so, and it took me like 3 minutes. It's so
So
easy.
we should say for people who might not know, duets and stitches. So we're talking about TikTok here.
Oh yeah.
So like a duet is when it's side by side, or it doesn't have to be side by side, but your camera in camera reacting or duetting somebody else's content. So their content is playing on one side and your reaction or your contribution to their content, sometimes it'll be two people talking back and forth, is on the other side. And then stitches are when you take the first 5 seconds of somebody else's video and you stitch it. So the first 5 seconds of their video will play, and then there will be like your content after that. So you'll see, like, if it's my video starting, it'll be, have you ever da, 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 and then it'll cut to Anne talking about it because she stitched my video. So that's what we're talking about with that. And what's great about that is that you're a lot of times with duets, you're just react and stitches too, you're just reacting to what the other person's already created. So you're kind of like leapfrogging off of that content, and with stitches and with duets, you're just reacting to that content. So a lot of times your duets are firefighters, and
Yep. Yep.
like, and a lot of times my duets are thigh thirst traps.
Yes, they are.
And I feel like you and I have both like kind of trained our audience, trained our following to tag us and share those videos with
Yeah.
us. So it's even easier than even finding the content. We don't even have to find it for ourselves. People will send it
Comes
to
to
us
us.
because
Yeah,
they want
it's so
to see
awesome.
us react to it. And usually it's me getting very flustered about very attractive people. And usually it's you being like, oh my gosh, look how cute this little kid,
It's so cute.
attractive firefighters. And it's what's great about that is twofold. It's one, we don't have to think of the content. And then two, we don't even have to find the content. People are sending that content to us. So it's just us reacting to somebody else's creation.
Yeah,
But people really, really love those videos. People love my duets because
they
they
do.
get to know me through them. I'm kind of being goofy and like silly and just like flustered at these attractive people. And also I have a lot of my followers commenting being like, I love when I see these pop up because I don't see these on my For You page on TikTok, but I see your duets of these videos.
Yes.
So it's like they get a chance to see all of these thirst traps that they probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. So it's it's fun for them, and it takes 5 seconds for me. I don't have to think of anything. I just literally am just going like, oh my gosh, look at this attractive person.
Yeah, it's like you just have to be there. Like it's usually I usually have a cup of coffee or some type of a drink in my hand because that's when because it's usually on a break or I'm something in the morning. I'm like, oh, let me check this out. And I love it. Or if I do like scroll and look for myself, it's like finding something. I think at Christmas I spent some time like looking around and looking for scenes of like Christmas villages that I wanted to share because it was tying in with the book that I was promoting at the time. And it takes no time to find something to put up, but once you're doing it for a while, you do. Like, I love the fact that every now and then randomly I'm either tagged in a video or somebody sends it to me, like DMs me and says, I was thinking of you. And then I take that and I just do a reaction now instead of like watching the video through. I pop it up to react to it right away. But they are so great for that community building because of the conversations that can happen in the comments. It is amazing, like the people, because you are showing another side of yourself to your audience. And so it's like another thing for them to go like, hey, me too. I like that too. Like I saw
And it
that one.
still ties in to who you are as an author too, and your like personality as well. So it can tie into your sense of humor, but also, like I like write queer books with body diversity. So having the kind of duets that I do both play to both of those things, so it's still relevant to my book content as well. And it's like you would expect, like in the same way that if you write, kind of like paranormal romance with like demons and like demon slayers, you might have like Buffy
Yeah.
content duets.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
your audience probably likes both of those things. Or like for me, it's like lots of people of my following like The Witcher or things like that. So
Yeah.
it's like it's still in the wheelhouse of things that you already expect people would like, that you do. So it kind of works on multiple levels as well. It's kind of like sharing the things that you're interested while creating content and
Yes.
showing a bit of your personality, but you don't have to like come up with an idea for that video.
I mean, there's so many ways that you can use duets or stitches just to your advantage. And you can sit there and even just setting aside a couple of minutes, and literally it's a couple of minutes. And like AK is saying, if you write, a spicy romance, a spicy sports romance, baseball players. So I would look for baseball players that are in training, baseball players, that are doing interviews, and you can find clips so that you can be reacting, if you're writing a rom-com that's spicy, so that maybe it's funny clips that are taken, but if it's more, you're focused on the romance, look for those hot baseball players so that
Yes.
you can kind of like get across like who the book is and who your characters are to the readers or to your community, while also having fun at the same time, because you're going to be again like showing that part of you and who you are and who your writing is all at the same time in this one post that will literally take you no time to put together. Because it also comes stitches, you usually end up, I think, with the sound for that X amount of seconds that you have, like their 5 seconds that you get the sound from their video. You cannot make it go away. It goes away when it flips to you and you take over from the stitch to add on your part of the video. With duets, I believe that it's like, it is there. Yeah, it's their music. It's everything. So you have to
You
just kind
can
of go
talk
with,
over it.
oh yeah, you can talk over it. You can't add music to it.
Yeah. But you
The
see
toggle.
sometimes like people will like musicians and things, and will have like then other musicians duet them to like
Yes.
add the drums or add the bass or like different things. So they're like all adding to a new sound.
Yes.
And the same with like you'll see
Singing.
sometimes with lip syncs where like one person will say one half and then you
Yes.
duet it and the other person says the other half. So like you can play around with a lot of different things with that too. But if you see something, even if you just see something that made you laugh or you think is funny, or, you know, like plays to your sense of humor, or something you thought was really interesting, like, wow, I didn't know that. Like, do edit and save it in your drafts.
Yeah.
Um, just for a rainy day. Like a lot, I have so many drafts that are duets that I haven't recorded my face on yet. Um, and like, you know, it's just my ceiling.
Yeah. I do that too. So just to
And
get the
yeah,
sound.
and then they're just
Know what I'm
saved there
doing.
in my drafts. So if it's just like a day when I'm feeling like I don't really want to think of any content to make, I can just duet one of those videos that I thought was interesting and share that interesting video with my followers. So it's a great way to just kind of have some in the bank in case
Yes.
you just decide or something happens and you just want to just chuck one up. That way you don't have to even think of what sort of like video to film, you know?
And I think that like finding content like life hacks. I've got nothing about life hacks in my books, and those I put those up on duets, and they always do well because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, we're all learning a lesson at that moment. And I think it's that joy of discovering. If I
Mhm.
was today years old when I learned this, it's like that type of like this,
Yes.
everybody's
Well,
in on
that's
it.
the thing is that those videos, usually if you're seeing them, they've gone viral or they're doing very well. Like if they're getting pushed out to your For You page, that video is already doing well for a reason. It's
Yeah.
successfully hooking people in. And so you don't have to do any of the work of trying to engage people because the video you're duetting is already successfully doing that, you know? So you don't have to think of all the hooks and things because the video that you've seen is one that probably lots of other people would like too, proven by the fact that it was shown to you, you know?
Yeah. And I think about too, there was an author, Michelle Reeds, I think that was her name, but she was posting when I first got on TikTok. I remember seeing her. I think all she did was duets, and the majority were her reacting to thirst traps, where
Mhm.
like a hot guy doing something like, because you've got guys on, you've got cowboys, you've got firemen, you've got policemen,
Uh-huh.
you've got swordsmen, you've got all kinds from all walks of life, men, women, everybody, like just doing like something to a sexy dance. And it was so funny to watch her reaction, and just because her reaction wasn't that typical one. It was usually her hot mess with a
Yeah.
super double big gulp and just going, oh yeah, come on, give it to me. Like, give it, give it. Like and there are men that do that. A couple of men that I have seen that are chefs that do that with food. And
Mhm.
even Gordon Ramsay has popped up on my FYP a couple of times with him duetting something, and he
Yeah.
is like telling off the person that's doing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I'm dying. I'm like that. I
Chef
love
reacts.
that. Yeah, like that. So I feel
There's
like
so
you
many of those.
you can have fun with it, and you can put all aspects of your life in your work if you
Mhm.
really think
Don't
about
be
it.
afraid if it's far
Yeah,
from what you write, you know?
have
If
fun with it.
you don't have to just do it like fantasy content if you're a fantasy author, you know?
Yeah, news clips. I think another popular one I had ages ago. I saw something on the news that related to New Zealand. That was
Mhm.
it was an Australian reporter saying that we were so that the food we were having such a food crisis here that we were eating snails from our garden.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And I
so
was laughing so
ridiculous.
hard when I saw it, but I had to do at it and just like with my face, just because I honestly I couldn't change my face that whole day. Because I was like, this really disturbs me because A, I went to school for journalism ages ago and I hate what journalism has become. But B, this what like you're talking about the country I'm living in, and I'm not going to eat snails in my backyard. Oh, and we were using water instead of toilet paper. We were spraying our bottoms. And I posted that months ago, like at least 6 or 7 months ago. I just started getting comments on that post about a week ago. I've had like 3 or 4 people like, okay, long tail of TikTok. This is a
Right? I know. I've definitely seen a lot of that lately where a lot of my old videos are getting a lot of attention right now. And I think more so than my like current content. So, you know, that's always something to like look out for too, is like you never know when a video is just gonna start getting pushed back out again.
yeah.
So it all counts, you
Yeah.
know. Don't be stressed if it doesn't do well right away. It
And
could get love
play,
later. But
play.
yes, duets and stitches are a great tactic for you, especially like, you know, it's a good tool to have in your toolbox for those days when you're just not feeling like posting, or if your just life is a little bit busier than normal and you need something to chuck out there really quickly, having duets in the background. Don't be afraid to just duet and react to lots of random content that you find interesting or funny, you know? It's okay if you don't have a clever way to tie it into what you do. It could just be you reacting to things. It's okay.
Oh, that's brilliant. I hope that some of you guys go out there now and play with
Yeah,
duets and
let
stitches.
us know. Do you do duets? Do you have a thing? Like, you know,
Yeah.
Anne has firefighters, I have thigh thirst traps. Do you have a thing that you always
What
duet
is it? Yeah.
whenever you see it? You
Or
know?
stitch, like, is there something that pops up that you have to stitch whenever you see that? That
Yeah.
or if you don't know what this is and you're going, "Well, wait a second, I'm an Instagram person." Tell us that because you know what? We'll have a way that we can tell you how to do it
Yes.
over Instagram, which is
Mhm.
really easy, which is because 'cause you're just gonna make it on TikTok and then you're gonna download it and then you can bring it back. You're
Yeah,
gonna
a lot of
scrub it
my
off.
duets do really well on Instagram too, so, yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, please, tell us in the comments, and thank you so much. It was nice hanging out with you guys this week.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you next week.